like what the actual, how are you feeling?
It's been a really interesting experience. It's been really fun. Like, I have kind of loved it, if I'm really honest, but it's not something that I'd want to happen again.
So before we get into it, I feel like we should both introduce ourselves just for anybody who's like randomly coming across this live. So you go first. It's your page, babe.
So, hello, my darlings. I'm Faye. I am a mum of two, and I started off as a hypnobirthing teacher, had a successful business, moved from there into coaching, mostly social media coaching. And then now I'm very much all about, it's a bit of both. It's social media, it's business, and a lot of the magic. So I love like human design, astrology, tarot, crystals, anything magical. I love it. And I try and include it wherever I can. And that's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. And for anyone who doesn't know, obviously I'm over here on Faye's page, but I'm Lisa, and I am also a coach, a life and business coach. My people are doulas, midwives, hypnobirthing teachers, parent coaches, basically people that are out there having a massive impact on the world, but would quite like a massive income as well. Those are my peeps, and you're one of my peeps as well in all your different iterations. Also, like, there are a whole bunch of people that just come and get down on me because they just like my shizazzle, so everybody's welcome. But yeah, like, and we've worked together for a while now anyway, and like, I sent you a message and I was like, we need to, like, this viral reel, we need to talk, brother, we need to talk.
Yeah, it's still going. I think it's nearly at 11 million now.
11 million, what the actual fuck. So another little bit of context, this week we are doing the micromind. So the micromind has been running for almost 2 years now, and it's like a group coaching program of like the fundamentals, what I believe and what I know Faye's used as well in her businesses are the fundamentals to a successful, sustainable, profitable business. So we're literally in the middle of micromind week. It's Wednesdays. We record this, and tomorrow Faye's going to be in there like ripping it up with all the social media shiz. But oh my god, did you expect you were going to be coming in there talking like on the back of this viral reel?
No, like, obviously, like, I love social media. I love geeking out about algorithms and how it all works and all of that stuff. So I know what's going to perform well and like what's not. And when I shared that reel, I thought, oh, this is a good one. This is a good. But I genuinely did not expect viral. Like, didn't.
Is this the first viral reel you've ever had? Like fully, properly viral?
Properly viral. Yeah, like I had on my hypnobirthing page, I had quite a few like reels that like did like 100,000 and stuff like that. But I've never had like the millions.
It's really like, I feel like even in the time that I've been doing like using Instagram for my business, which has only been like over the last sort of 2.5, 3 years, and when we first met I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about Instagram, and like it's definitely my main platform now. But like when I first started doing reels for my business, reels they were just popping off, weren't they? And you could get a nice reach with a reel. You could get to thousands as a minimum. And you could get, like, if you're a good one like you're talking about there, you might get like 10,000 plus, and then even up to the 100,000s. But what I've noticed, and it'd be really cool to like hear your take on this, Faye, is like in the last, I want to say like 6 months or so, the reach of reels really just dropped off, didn't it? Like you used to be like, focus on reels and you'll get in front of lots more people really easily. I mean, obviously the content is the thing, and like if the content is awesome, if it's hits the nail on the head like this did in the fucking like relatable stakes, nothing else like it, you could get thousands, you could get in front of thousands. I think that's what's blowing my mind even more so about this viral reel of yours, because the ones that are in the millions, I mean, they're out there, aren't they? But it's not as easy to get like a viral reel as it might have been a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think I saw something where Meta did actually come out and say that they have tweaked the algorithm because they said they went a bit over the top a couple of years ago, and when everyone was getting like thousands and thousands of views, like pretty. So they have tweaked it, yeah, and I think they tweak it all the time. It's constant. I do agree. Harder now compared to what it was a couple of years ago.
So going viral, your words were, bro, it's not for the faint-hearted. It is not for the faint-hearted. And we obviously, I've got a little bit of an inside scoop, but what surprised you? Like, okay, was the aim of the game, not necessarily with this reel, but did you have a strategy that you were trying to go viral?
No. So I don't think anyone should, that should never be an aim for somebody that's running a business, because it does not necessarily mean more clients. The followers you get could be awful, like Megan from Birth Ed was saying the other day that she went viral, but all the followers were like just really random, like not any, they weren't pregnant, nothing to do with her business. So it can actually damage your business if you're not careful.
And she deleted it, didn't she? She ended up said it was not stopping, and I just deleted it.
And that's what I would do if this reel, for example, was bringing in, like, it is bringing in some like creepy old dudes and like some, but I'm kind of removing them as I go along. But if it was just all like followers that were not aligned at all, I would have deleted it, because there's no point. Like, oh yeah, it's 11 million, but I've got 500,000 followers that are nothing to do with me or my business. Like, so that's not good. So obviously you want to grow your page and you want to grow your following, all of that stuff. But no, I've never set out to go viral.
Yeah. And funnily enough, inside of the Micromind group yesterday, I was talking to somebody and they were saying that they'd had a viral reel like out of nowhere, and they were talking about it was actually quite a negative experience. And I know this hasn't been a negative experience per se, and like you didn't go out to go viral. It's like, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, this is a decent reel to go viral for Faye. I know who your audience is, I know who your ideal clients are, who your aligned buyers are and stuff. And I was like, she's not going to end up with you're going to end up with some crap followers, or like all accounts end up with a few crap followers. But I didn't think it was going to be super damaging. What has it meant in terms of the sort of quality of the followers and stuff?
So I would say the majority are probably people that will be interested in what I've got to say and what I'm offering and stuff like that. Yeah, like obviously the old creepy dudes always manage to get in there somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
And there's probably a few where I'm a bit like, I'm not sure if you are aligned, but generally it's been pretty good, because the subject of it is like intuition, and that's kind of a lot to talk about and all of that. So it makes sense that a lot of the followers would be like, oh yeah, I'm kind of interested in that sort of those kind of topics. So mostly it's been followers that are, I would say, are pretty aligned, and they're quite a lot of people. They've been liking a lot of my other reels and stuff as well.
Yeah,
and the reach on those has tripled as well. So if they're like that reel, they're going to like pretty much most of my reels, really.
Yeah. So the bit that I didn't like, I don't think I really had thought about, because I've never had a viral reel, but like you know, we've talked about this before, I've never tried to create a viral reel either. I've just created the reels that are for my clients, my community, for me, you know, entertainment, you know, information, transformation, all those things. Like, that's been the point of it. And some have done better and others haven't. And there's been ones that have done, like, by metric standards, not well, but that I know have actually converted into paying clients for me, which, you know, that's what it's about for me. It's a business over here, people. But the bit that I was like, fucking hell, I didn't even think about this. Sorry, we're going to be swearing, like, because that's how it goes around here. Was dealing with the notifications. Like, talk to me about, like, I just did not like think about that.
So I don't have my notifications on my phone.
Me neither.
For Instagram.
Me neither.
In a business, that is like number one. Do not have your notifications on, because it will just drive you insane. But every time I did come on Instagram, I was like, whoa, like I was like, and like, I'm kind of over it now, but for like the first few days, it was just really surprising, like, because I'm not used to it. Like, obviously I do get quite a lot of notifications. My Instagram's quite busy, but it was like every time I looked like 100 likes, 200 followers, 500 comments, and I was just like, oh my god. And I think luckily I'm quite used to coping with stuff like this. Like in our group coaching Micromind, like it's popping off all the time. Like I can deal, like it's not something that bothers me. But I was like, God, me like a couple of years ago, I'd have probably deleted Instagram and like gone and hidden in the woods for a week. Like it would have. It's like it's yeah. If you're, it's not for the faint-hearted, because it's just constant, and like the comments is just constant. And then I said to you, didn't I? I was like, and then I'm missing comments from the people that I love connecting with, like the genuine people that are there. So I'm like, oh, and then I'm missing comments from them on my other reels. But I learned that you can just go to, like, you can look at notifications, but you can just go to the bit that says comments. Then
that's so good, that new little feature, isn't it, where you can go and be like mentions, comments, likes, whatever, and you can just go so that you can like effectively filter them out and not miss things. Because I didn't even think of that. I was like, if you are going on there and you've got loads and loads of notifications, and there's like a whole bunch of them are obviously on this reel that's popping off and that's got like, you know, 200 and something thousand likes and however many comments and shares and stuff, you've already got a community. Like we welcome the new people into the community like with open arms, and if they feel aligned and they decide to stay, amazing. But you already have a community that you are connected to, that you are engaged with, that you are loving on and nurturing and so on. And it's like, oh my God, this noise that's going on over here can drown out what the people that I am really, really there for.
Yeah, and that's what I was, that was a bit where I was like, oh no, I don't want to like lose my connection with the people that have been here a long time, you know, because I love talking to my Instagram followers and engaging with them and all of that stuff. So that's been quite wild. So yeah, I said it to you, didn't I? I was like, if this was me a couple of years ago, I honestly, it would have been too much. I wouldn't have it.
I think the thing with social media anyway, especially when you are leveraging it for your business, because like, you know, let's be real, as much as you and I both absolutely love what we do, we're so blessed to be able to like monetize our fucking zone of genius and turn it into our job. Equally, you know, when you are using social media, it is a place where you've got to be really what's the word I'm looking for, you've got to be really discerning, and you've got to really be careful around the energy that you give to it. And because you can receive so much from it, but it's an exchange, isn't it? You do, like, it takes your energy as well. And we can end up being in a place where that really, it's quite dysregulating, I suppose is what I want to say. It can be a bit dysregulating because ultimately it's, for the most part, coming through a fucking phone, which is inherently like dopamine like heavy anyway. They're like, the apps are designed this way. They're designed to pull you in. They're designed to hook you in. They're designed to like ping off on all those like dopamine receptors. Some of us will be more susceptible to the way that it works than others and find it more dysregulating, and that can like really it can fuck with your head basically, can't it?
Massively. And like, luckily I'm pretty grounded with like social media and stuff, and I feel really quite detached from that reel. Like I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but I'm not like, I don't know, I don't really feel attached to it. And I don't actually do that with any of my content. And I said to somebody else, like, oh my God, like, congratulations, well done. I've had lots of messages like that. And I've said to them, but it doesn't mean anything about me. In the same way, I've got 0 views and 4 comments from trolls. Like, that doesn't mean that I'm shit. Like, it's not anything to do with me as a human.
And that's such a powerful part of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many people are out there either taking what happens on their pages personally, making it mean something about them as a person, either positive or negative, so where they're like, oh my God, you know, like getting external validation essentially from it, or when that isn't there, being like, what am I getting wrong? What does this mean about me? Like, that's that is such a big part of this, not just this viral reel thing, but this whole like social media life, innit?
It's so important. And Grace has actually said there, yes, it was so important. I thought how you shared that afterwards, Faye. Yeah, I did that post to kind of talk about it afterwards because I had so many messages being like, oh my God, like you're amazing and all this. And I'm like, it's not me as a human. Like it doesn't mean anything about me. And like if I had a reel that got no views, would people be messaging me and going, oh, you're really shit, aren't you? Like,
Or I'm
like
so
it's just
sorry, you know, like poor you little loser. It literally, there's so, it's so important to be neutral about these things, but also like it's so important to not admit, but like be really honest that it's not easy to be neutral about them when there's so much noise. And in this particular instance, like if you take a sort of regular performing piece of content or post or reel that does well and has a lot of engagement in it, like that can be, I don't mean like negatively or positively, but like it's stimulating, it's activating, there's a lot going on kind of thing, and like you're gonna be impacted by it in different ways because we're human beings, we're all human beings. But then to have that on like a scale that's multiplied and multiplied and multiplied like that, to then still be able to anchor in on the neutrality is going to be super fucking challenging.
yeah. And I had to check myself because on the first few days I was like constantly looking at the numbers, not because I was like making something about me, but it was just interesting to see it.
But it's also dopamine, isn't it? It's like, oh God, look at what's going on.
Another million in like half an hour. Like, what is going on? And then in the end, I had to be like, no, just put it away. Just stop it now. And I don't even know. I checked just before we came on to see what was going on with it, but I hadn't checked it for like a few days now.
Yeah, and what's going on?
I looked and I was like, oh, fuck, it's nearly at 11 million. It's not stopping. It's not stopping.
But I actually don't think, I'm gonna say it right here, right now. Don't delete it. Because I feel like this is such, like, even if, I mean, unless obviously it felt like it was impacting you, but I know you and I've worked with you long enough to know that you can get that degree of separation. You can recognize when you're being pulled into something or whatever. But I feel like we need to run this fucking experiment right to the end.
Yeah, we do. I think my prediction is that it's probably going to get like to 20 million.
But I want to go back to what Robin said, because I think it's really, really important. She's just said in one, it's disappearing off my screen, but like about aligned buyers, as I would call it, because I'm always going to just speak to this as a fucking business. I'm a businesswoman, people, right? It's about aligned buyers, potential clients, and all of that stuff. Like, I've got a community where people do not need to buy, and they are absolutely frigging welcome in their abundance. But when I look at it through the lens of my business, it is about aligned buyers and aligned clients. That's what it's there for, you know. So what Robin was saying there, it's better to have 500 people that are aligned buyers, as in my language, you know, great followers, part of your community or whatever. I don't want to be fucking just completely friend zoned by 100,000 people. I want like I'm here, like I've got a 6-figure business because I'm here to make money as well through something that fucking changes people's lives, let's be real, and to help other people do that. So it is so important to like balance that in it. But we're human beings. It's like, I was excited. I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking good. And I wasn't thinking, oh, this is so good because this means Faye's made it, or because Faye's made it. Like, her worth is fucking, like, you can't even put numbers, followers, views, fucking pound signs on it. She's made it. She's just a fucking worthy human of all the things. Like, all of that stuff is fucking totally separate from it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's no doubt about it. Like, my dopamine receptors were excited by it as well, because we're human beings. I was just like, this is so exciting.
I was loving it. I was texting texting my dad and I was going, Dad, it's at 6 million now. Like it's, my family's been invested as well. Like it's been really fun. But I think if you aren't separated from that, it would be the opposite of fun. Like it would be probably really difficult. And I've actually had people like message me being like that they've been looking at the numbers and watching it grow, because it's interesting, isn't it? It's fascinating to see.
Yeah, totally. So we've talked about not taking it personally and staying neutral, and the fact that more followers does not mean more business. Like you can share whatever you want to share on this, but you haven't all of a sudden, like, thousands of pounds haven't fucking dropped out of the sky, have they?
No, but I tell you what it has done, it's given me a rocket up my arse to get some things sorted out and together. So I have actually made money from it, because give me a rocket up my arse. But yeah, like it just doesn't change. Like nothing's changed. Everything's the same.
And I think it's so important for people to hear that, because so many people think that the thing that is going to blow up their business, the thing, you know, like I said, when they look at it through the lens of social media is just one fucking window into your business, into connecting with you. But Emma's said this before, I'm so glad she's here. Like, more followers is harder work sometimes, for many of the reasons that we've just talked about. She's just saying I'd rather have a fresh account. For many of the reasons that we talked about at the beginning of this, but also it is not as easy to build trust when things get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And also that when you're in front of a bigger number of people, you can get lost so much more easily. You can be diluted down so much more easily. And there are so many instances of people that have got like massive, like I built to 6 figures with under 2,000 followers, and my reach is shit because I swear all the time. Like, if you look at my insights, it's garbage. Like, it's like my Instagram strategy is about being authentic. I know that I could tweak things and reach so many more people. If you look at the amount of non-followers my stuff gets to, it's like 1, 2. It's like I'm not even joking, it's in the single digits. But that's because it's more important to me to be authentic. And part of my authenticity is, unfortunately, I'm effing and jeffing left, right, and centre. So that's going to be impacting it. But like, there are so many people that think that the key to their success, that the thing that is going to make or break their business is going to be about more eyes on the business. And it isn't. It's better eyes on the business. More is not more. Better is better. More is not better, sorry. Better is fucking better.
Yeah, and the people that are there in your audience, they will love you more for the way that you are, for you just being you. So, and I think actually when audiences are bigger, when people have got like 1 million followers, I think people probably feel more intimidated to DM and connect and stuff like that.
Why do you think the rise of the micro influencer has been the last 2 years? You know, like my daughter is basically you would call a micro influencer. So I'll tag her or whatever, or come and find her on my page. But basically M is all about like beige clothes. That's the way I take the piss about it. She's like Mrs. like neutral,
I'd call it,
like,
but okay.
So like Emily's account, I don't know what she's got on there, but she had brand deals, people sending her things to wear, to show off, to advertise. Like, who was it? Cezanne sent her like a 400 quid handbag. My girl's got like, at this point, I think 2,000 followers she had. She's got more now, but people trust people that they don't think, well, you're just fucking saying that because you've got a brand deal. You're just saying that because, you know, the numbers and all the rest of it. So like, it's an absolute like myth that more followers equals better business. You still have to do all the things to create the trust, to grow the trust, to have the business. If you don't have anything to sell, you've just got a big fucking following. That's it.
Yeah.
And which is why I'm so glad it's kicked you up the arse.
Oh yeah, it did, because obviously there's things that I knew I needed to do, but then I was like, well, I may as well use this reel to you know, leverage it for my business. So it's just give me, I just like created some things, put some things on my link in my bio, and then I created my course that I just launched yesterday, which is a social media stroke magical mastermind. So it's given me a rocket up the arse to do that as well. So yeah.
Exactly. And so like it, you know, that I think, would you say it's been overall a really positive experience?
I have fucking loved it.
Love it.
Been great. It's been great. It's been great. But like I said, I think because I've been like I say detached from it, like I'm saying, I love it, but I mean, I haven't made it about me, and I think that's the piece that I want everybody to take away from it. Like social media, nothing about you.
That is, if people take nothing else away from this conversation other than don't take it personal in each direction, don't let anything that happens on social media mean anything about you. You are fucking sensational 24/7. You are worthy 24/7, whether you are getting likes, shares, comments, or whatever. You remain essentially just absolutely fantastic. It means nothing. It really, really, really means nothing. So become detached from that, be neutral about that, and you get to have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of it being stressful, it's just been really fun.
I love that. I love that. And it just, yeah, just from my perspective as someone who's obviously worked with you and coached you, I just think it's really, yeah, I'm excited for what it has like helped you to sort of like unlock in terms of like other things that you were like, all right, I'm going to get on with that and stuff. But also I think that the biggest thing for me is seeing that like a different version of you would have had a completely different response to this. And that is like, I'm so fucking here for like the evolution of Faye every single fucking day.
What would I have been like 2 years ago? I would have been on the phone to you, probably crying.
Totally. Like at the, especially at the negative comments, because you've been called to see you next Tuesday. Like there has been, have people slid into your DMs?
No, I haven't had anyone in my DMs yet. Like a few positive DMs, but I haven't had any like troll DMs.
That's good.
Yeah, people calling me a narcissist, a C word, telling me I need therapy. There's been a lot of "you're just jealous, you're a hater." Like, I don't even. I just stopped looking. I don't even know what's going on in there anymore. Someone was being really horrible about Irish people.
Oh!
I actually did delete that comment. I haven't deleted that one because I was just like, no.
That's hateful.
Yeah, it's just been really funny. It's just been, even the trolls, I've just laughed. It's been really funny. I'm like, how can you from that reel? Like, what?
That's what I mean. I was like, how can you troll a reel like that that's so innocuous and simple and just a little bit of like a laugh? It's not even that vicious. I was like, how the hell, like, people, if you're watching this, come and look at my shit, how I am not getting ripped to shreds with the stuff I put out there. I mean, I do occasionally get some people's flying monkeys coming to have a go at me, and I have had people in my DMs going, you people like you shouldn't be, and I'm just like, whatever. But I was like, how can that happen on this reel? It's so just like relatable and not even that big of a deal.
No. And even when I shared it, it just wasn't that deep. It was just, I just shared it because I had a memory of somebody that I worked with, and I was like, oh yeah. And I just shared it, and it just wasn't that deep, but people are making it so deep. And I'm like, it's not that deep. It's just a simple.
Proper, stop overthinking it, people. I'm just so proud of you, not because of the viral reel, but because of how you've handled it. Because I know 3 years ago, you would have, like, it would have been a completely different story. I think you would have taken a lot of the negative stuff personally. That in a like me would have been fucking on. It would have been like that Elmo gif that I love, where you're like, it's on fire and like, it would have been like totally that, wouldn't it?
It would have been me. That would have been me. Why did they call me a C word?
Why did they call me a nasty word?
Why don't they love me?
Oh, thanks, I'm so glad that we got to do this. So like grateful to you, and yeah, I'm still gonna be fucking watching. I'm still gonna be checking to see where it goes to. I'm like, we should be having a sweepstake on this. I reckon it will get to 20 million.
I think it will. Yeah, just wild over here.
All right, have a lovely rest of your day, darling.
Right, see you
All right,
later. Bye.
bye everyone. Bye.